Hello, I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great day so far. Welcome back to another CSGO episode, a series I want to start and actually go for in the future as well. It's going to be bringing back throwback moments you guys might have forgot about or didn't even know happened altogether. Some crazy moments over the past 1 to 3 years in CSGO, and as always, all of those moments will be timestamped down below if you guys want to, of course, jump around. And if you guys want to continue the series, do me one favor. One favor would be comment down below a memory I did forget about. I'm going to cover the most important ones that I've thought about over the past day or so here, and if you guys want to leave some more in the comment section down below, and also leave a like if you guys want this episode to be, I guess, a series as well. But hope you guys all enjoy. Let's enjoy all these throwback moments ranging from, I guess, 2016 to 2018 of some incredible things that have happened in CSGO. The first of which is actually FaZe Tico. If you guys don't know, pretty much one of the very few FaZe members that are actually really good at CSGO. He actually tweeted out this almost just over a year ago today about a female roster. Of course, he alludes to the fact they might be getting a female roster, and everyone thought the rumors were swelling. Of course, I covered this as well. And again, he was the only FaZe member really heavily into CSGO. There was no other reason for him to ask this question as to besides to, of course, eventually sign a female CSGO roster for the FaZe clan team, which would have been altogether amazing, or so you think. And this also makes you question, did they do the right thing not signing a female roster? I'm always still surprised how little we actually hear about female teams out there. Of course, I know Juliana, I know Vilga, those girls out there, and we know of their teams. But then you look at, of course, Optic Gaming just most recently, they released their Brazilian female roster after lackluster success. So did FaZe clan make the right move here without signing a roster? Maybe. What could they have been, though? That's the real question. In a throwback moment I totally forgot about, a lot of these moments, actually all of them in today's episode. You guys want to make another episode, you comment things down below and I'll try and find them. All of today's stories are actually old screenshots on my phone. Currently, I was going back through old pictures and I found this as well. DrDisRespect, when 100 Thieves and Nadeshot signed their first CSGO roster, their only CSGO roster, which lasted less than 60 days, he even tweeted out about these guys. Remember these guys? kNg, Henny, Lucas, Bit, the boys, and imagine where they are now. I just wanted to quickly touch because people forget, even DrDisRespect was hyped up about this Immortals roster joining 100 Thieves, and now where are they? Henny and Lucas, I believe, are LG. I think Bit is Team 1. FNS is maybe a backup somewhere. It's crazy to see how hyped up that roster was and to where they are now. And of course, rolling off that, just a few months prior to this, what will go down in infamy, guys, that of course is at the DreamHack Montreal event. I believe it was in Montreal. It was kNg calling out FNS, formerly on CLG, who now no longer has a CSGO roster. I guess that could be a throwback moment in itself. And the notorious "prove it or I'll kill you" line, which is just crazy to see those ties. You know, he says "I'll kill you," the cops are called, and within 2.5 months, 100 Thieves signs that roster. Within 60 days, that roster is disbanded altogether, and now, I guess you could say a year later, those guys are playing for 3 separate teams. And this will always be a very funny moment for me. Of course, whenever there's allegations out there, I try and DM people, but most of the time they just don't respond. This time, though, if you guys do remember, it was shortly within a year ago, CSGOWild made their second return, and then were accused of rigging bets. So I had to, of course, ask them, is it true? And they said no. But if you guys want to know the answer, well, it was true. They are now no longer around, and they were actually scamming their visitors. It's just always funny to see the first claim of, no, it's not true. But it was. And speaking of 100 Thieves, but also TyLoo, if you guys remember the Boston E-League Major, or E-League Boston Major, a couple majors ago, it was actually 100 Thieves and, of course, TyLoo notoriously missing that. It's the first time ever in major history 2 teams have missed due to visa issues, and it was a huge controversy because, of course, the capsules have already been released, and they were rising in prices like crazy, and I also told you guys not to buy TyLoo stickers. Let's not bring that up, TGC. But very lastly as well, we have to acknowledge the mysterious Flamie who had bought these stickers, I believe, at least a day ahead of time, as if he had known or heard rumors that TyLoo was not making it, and he probably made a good amount of chunk of change, Next story. I want to preface this next one by saying I do like DaZed, okay? I like him a lot. I like all those ex-iBuyPower guys, especially Steel. You guys know I'm a huge fanboy. Let's not forget, though, the notorious tweet and video that we did cover a while ago of his crazy fire serpent bet. You guys remember that one on WTF Skins? Eventually was later taken down. He said he would be stopping doing gambling content, even though gambling content gets the most views on his channel. There was a whole controversy, and now we haven't seen too much of him. And in fact, a lot of questions out there as to exactly what he's been doing. But yeah, let's not forget about that. Obviously, I mean, I'm over it. You guys are probably over it as well. But it will forever go down in history as a gambling video gone wrong. And then Lootbear. They changed CSGO history forever, or so we thought they might. I remember releasing the first video on that. I had released the video unsponsored, and they reached out to me and they actually sponsored me, which is always amazing to receive a sponsor, because we don't see many of those nowadays. But it was crazy because it blew up. Obviously, the 7-day trade ban was put in place. Lootbear comes out and says you can actually now buy, sell, and actually rent. You can rent your CSGO skins. That means as a seller, you can now lend your skins to the website. They'll pay you money. And as a buyer, you can actually rent those skins and obviously pay a lot less for a Dragon Lore. You can pay whatever it is per month instead of the $1,000 to buy it all together. So it was a great concept, right? Yeah, now we all know where Lootbear is right now. I do quickly want to clarify, everyone who reaches out to me about Lootbear, I have not been sponsored by them in a long time. I no longer will be. That was many months ago. I think over half a year ago. I've heard so many things about how slow they are. I will not be sponsored by them again. I still think it's a great concept. They're owned partially by, I think, Mojo as well. I just think it's way too slow of a website, and I've heard way too many bad things about response times. So just to clarify, but that will go down in history as well. Then there was the Ohio school. Actually, many high schools out there have been shutting down their esports programs because of violent video games. This one, though, in Ohio, I believe it was Lakeview. I'm not sure the exact high school, guys. They shut down their esports program because CSGO was one of those games that was actually way too violent. And that's also how, I'm saying this because it's really cool, because it's actually how I met Hunter Shrum. If you guys don't know, I did an interview with him. He is now a collegiate esports athlete for CSGO. Amazing guy. It was great talking to him for the interview. I wish him, of course, the best of luck. I see him on Twitter every now and again, but I met him because I covered this story. I reached out, and he was actually a student at that high school that shut down their esports CSGO program that he was a part of. And so we touched on that a little bit, and it's really cool to see how stories out there can lead me to meet people like that. And you guys remember Millionaire Doggy? Anyone out there? I know a lot of you guys who probably don't know the exact details of him. He was allegedly underage gambler for CSGO Empire. I still think this entire story was actually pretty sketchy. If you guys don't know, there were allegations out there that Millionaire Doggy was actually being run by CSGO Empire. Eventually, they paid him out a huge payout because they had these bonus winnings. If you actually bet a certain amount of money, if you were the highest bettor on the website, you got a huge payout. Eventually, I believe the final amount was like 50 Dragon Lores that they weren't going to pay out because he was underage. Eventually, Empire then pays him the 50 Dragon Lores. He then was going to give away 10 of those Dragon Lores. He announced the winners of those Dragon Lores and then went rogue. He absolutely went gonzo. He sent me this last message on screen for all of you. I'll as you guys read, I'll do a little Anyway, so he sent that very last message and he went rogue. All the winners were out there. They were announced, and they didn't realize they were never going to get their Dragon Lores. And we have not heard from Millionaire Doggy ever since. Woof. And then it was the rise of the IQ plays. I mean, seriously, who would have thought that CSGO pro players were this incredibly smart? Not just 200 IQ, right? The tippy top. Not just that, we got to go to 420,000 IQ. I even saw videos from Mr. Goldie. What a great channel. 2 million IQ plays, guys. We are now I guess during 2017, 2018, we hit the IQ wave of all those clickbaity highlight clip videos. So yeah, who would have known? Smart people get views, and so do people who just take clips from other people and they just make way more money than I do. Like, it's not even funny. I mean, that's for another video, I guess. And closing down here, guys, also we had Panorama released, which is one of the better updates so far we've seen in the past year for CSGO. Although I would say not as good as everyone thought, besides the FPS fixes. You know, I think it took some getting used to. Honestly, ever since Panorama released, I haven't been playing much CSGO. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've been struggling over here. But anyway, as it released, many of you guys remember Overwatch and VACBand accounts actually had timers, countdown timers on their home screens, which led people to think they were gonna get unbanned eventually, especially Overwatch accounts. And then it was clarified, thanks to the Twitter account on screen, guys, it's a looping ban. So, if you guys cheat, you're not getting unbanned ever, which was crazy though, because for a second we thought they were going to. And then very lastly, guys, and again, if you want to comment down below memories, I really enjoyed making this episode. It brings back so many memories of the videos that I made about these topics that we kind of forgot about. Very lastly, I met Sam. If you guys don't know Sam, I'm going to link his Instagram down below, because ever since I talked about him and in the past few months, he's become like Instagram famous in the CSGO scene. He is an IRL CSGO skin creator. He is over currently in Asia. I'm going to get the country wrong, so I'm just going to say Asia, serving our country. So thanks to you, Sam. I met him, talked to him, guys, and he's been amazing to actually talk to. Just a great guy, which is, again, so crazy. And that's going to do it for the throwback episode, guys. It's been amazing meeting all of you. It's been amazing covering all these stories. As many of you guys know, I've been doing mostly CSGO news on the Esports news channel, and that's pretty much going to be the future for now. I think I'm pretty much going to be uploading on here probably once a week, whether it's news, whether it's episodes like this. I still obviously love talking to you guys. I love meeting all of you. I love interacting with all of you, and it's been a crazy crazy road. And if you guys want to comment down below any other video ideas I can cover on this channel, I just can't thank you enough. It's been amazing to see the growth on the Esports News channel. Obviously, you guys are still watching my videos on here as well, which I cannot thank you enough for. And as always, I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. I will see you back here probably in another week or so. And enjoy yourselves. Be careful. As always, my name is Jake Moore. I like you, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. And this will always be a very funny moment for me. Of course, whenever there's allegations out there, I try and DM people, but most of the time they just don't respond. This time, though, if you guys do remember, it was shortly within a year ago, CSGOWild made their second return, and then were accused of rigging bets. So I had to, of course, ask them, is it true? And they said no. But if you guys want to know the answer, well, it was true. They are now no longer around, and they were actually scamming their visitors. It's just always funny to see the first claim of, no, it's not true. But it was.